Good afternoon. Hello, everybody. Today we shall be discussing Chapter 5 from our ESL Comprehension textbook authored by John Reynolds. Chapter 5 is about becoming a better writer. Okay. Now you have your textbook with you, and we can see that Chapter 5 is about becoming a better writer. We shall go along with the page by page with the lessons. Okay, and as we go along, I will try to present it with the use of an illustration. Okay, so let's start. Your Cambridge IGCSE Second Language English examination at both core and the extended levels will test your skills in writing English accurately, as well as your skills in understanding what someone else has written. You'll find this on page 78 of your textbook, okay? Now, we have it there as illustrated. Yeah, the exams will test your skills in writing English accurately, and it will also test your skills in understanding what someone else has written. Now, overall, an equal number of marks will be allocated to the reading and the writing tasks that you must complete. Now, at both levels, some of the marks of the summary questions will be awarded for how well you have expressed yourself in writing in English. In addition to this, there will be 2 more questions on each paper for which the quality of your writing will be assessed. Now at the core level, you will be expected 100 to 150 words. You'll be writing about them for each of these tasks. At extended level, you will be expected to write 150 to 250 words for each task. Okay. At both levels, the 2 writing questions will require you to write in 2 different registers, formal and informal. We have been learning about this in our ESL writing, and we know the difference between the two, and we shall be applying them when we do our reading and writing examination or drills preparation to your IGCSE. One of the questions is likely to be supported by an illustration that may give you some ideas about what to write. This question will also contain bullet points that will help you to structure your response. However, it is important that you do not repeat the details. But develop the ideas. A further question will present you with a situation or context and an audience for your writing. This question will also contain some brief examples of comments that will help you to think about what to write. In both tasks, as you see, you should try to use a vocabulary Okay, you're gonna use a vocabulary and tone that are suited to your audience. There will be a range of possible types of writing, including completing a form and writing a postcard or a short letter, and a more extended piece of writing as well. The tasks will require you to describe, report, or give personal information. It is unlikely that you will be expected to write argumentatively or to produce an imaginative piece of writing such as a short story. However, in order to help you develop your writing skills, in this chapter, we will look at a wider range of genres than just those than just those required specifically for the exams. Now, let us look at the different uh, the ability, okay, that you must prepare or be equipped with when you take the IG writing questions, okay? W1, the objective is to test your ability to communicate clearly, accurately, and appropriately. The second objective is to convey information and express opinions effectively. That's why we also have this lesson in ESL writing, how to express opinions, views, and arguments, you know. And for the third objective, to employ and control a variety of grammatical structures. At the back of your ESL writing, EFL, and ESL writing textbooks, you will find there some revision pages on grammatical structures. And we have also number 4 to demonstrate their knowledge and understanding of a range of appropriate vocabulary. It is very important that you be equipped with uh, vocabulary that will classify you or put you to your level or even higher. This is to impress your IG examiner. Okay. The fifth one is to observe conventions of paragraphing, punctuations, and spelling. Again, we have these exercises to test your skills in paragraph writing, use of punctuation marks, and spelling at the end of your ESL, EFL, and writing books. Now, we employ appropriate register and style in the writing questions in your IG question paper. Now, let us continue reading and let's see what is there about writing questions, answering writing questions. Whenever you write anything, either for an English exams or for any other purpose, it is important to keep in mind that what you write may be read by someone who has never met you and of course has no knowledge of your personality or circumstances. Like when we read, we have authors, we didn't have a chance to meet them. Some live from a long, long time ago, and some contemporary writers are not even like in another continent, in another country, and even in our own native land. We read books about written by our countrymen, our fellows from our respective countries, but we haven't met them, didn't have a chance to meet them. But you see, we somehow, through his use of words, we come to know what is his message, what kind of personality this author may have. The same manner, when you write a passage, now you're being trained how you would be like writing down words with your choice of words. Unknowingly, you have a when you write, you're giving, sharing, okay, a piece of you, a piece of your mind, a piece of your experience, a piece of your knowledge, and a piece of of the skills that you have in writing. Now let's continue. It is therefore very important that you try to express yourself as clearly as you can, so that, okay, let's try to get a pointer here. Okay, we'll try to have a laser pointer. There you go. Clearly, again, it is therefore very, very important that you try to express yourself as clearly as you can, so that the reader of the passage you'll be writing about, or a literary piece that you'll be writing, the reader will be able to understand the ideas or information that you are communicating. Whatever piece of writing you try, you need to think about its purpose. Why are you writing this piece of writing that you you have on hand. Whatever piece of writing you try, you need to think about its purpose, and that's why we have this uh, part in reading, grammar, and literature, that we have to know what the author's purpose is. Okay, we'll come to that soon. And decide what effect this has on your writing style. There are two keys to there are two key questions to ask yourself before you start writing. What is it for? What is it for? In other words, what kind of writing piece is it? It could be anything from a fantasy story to a business letter. And what do you want to say? You should try to use different styles for different purposes. Or who is it for? Who are the teachers for this piece of writing? Or readers, I'm sorry. You need to be able to use different styles for different audiences. Okay. So further explanation to this goes like, you use one minute here. Even when we think about just one kind of writing task, like for instance a letter, the style will need to be different depending on who the letter is for. Are you writing to a relative, to the editor of a newspaper, or are you writing to a friend? Okay, when you write an article, you need to think about your readers. If it is for a group of young people, for example, you need to think about how to make it clear and interesting for them, not just about what information you want to include. So we have it there, the purposes of writing. Remember, you have to remember, some examination questions will tell you who the audience is for your answer. But you shouldn't forget that as well as the given audience, there is another person who will be your audience, who will read what you have written. The examiner. He's an important person, the most important one in fact, who will evaluate what you have written. He will be the one who will put the marks on what you have written. He will be the one who will be reading what you have written. That's it. And we have here the different styles for different purposes. We have writing to inform or explain, writing a letter, writing imaginatively to entertain, writing to persuade. These four purposes. Okay? Now, for the different styles for different purposes, okay, we have writing to inform or explain. One of the writing questions in your Cambridge IG Second Language English exam will require you to produce a piece of factual writing, for example, to inform or to explain. When we say factual writing, your notes, your details should be based on facts. Okay? With this kind of writing, it is important to be as clear as possible. Okay, that's one. Whether you're explaining a situation, an activity, or an interest, or providing some instructions for carrying out a task. Make sure your writing is focused, objective, clear, and systematic. When you are focused, your purpose is to make the information clear to your readers, not to give them your own opinion on the subject. So you're just giving facts. You try to avoid to like tell them what you think or what you feel or how you feel about a certain situation. So stick closely to the subject and don't be tempted to add comments of your own. So when you say be focused, be objective, stick closely to your subject. Okay, be focused. That's why here, when you write your draft, it would be better to have the circle graph where you'll have to write your topic at the center of everything. Then you'll branch out to the different subtopics. Now, the next part is to be clear and systematic. The point of an explanation is that it should be simpler and clearer than the original. Here are some techniques to help you achieve this. Okay, you have to use vocabulary that is easy to understand. If you are answering a directed writing question which is based on a passage that is printed on the question paper, be careful not to simply repeat chunks of the original text. Don't extract from the text. Instead, find simpler ways to express the same ideas so that you are genuinely explaining them. Okay? Another point to consider is uh, the using of sentences that are not too long or complicated. You must be using short sentences. All right, you have the subject, you have the predicate. Okay, that's it. And do not expand, do not try to use words that will make your sentences longer. Be direct, okay? So you'll be clear in that manner and you'll be systematic as well. Make sure your punctuation is accurate and helpful to the reader so that readers, okay, can easily see their way from one point to the next. Systematic, in order, sequenced, okay? Use a new paragraph for every main point. The reason why we're having paragraphs is when you're shifting from one topic to another. Okay, you can't put two topics in one paragraph. It would be confusing to the reader. Okay, start the paragraph with a topic sentence, which should be a general idea or generalized. The topic sentence should tell your reader what the paragraph will be about and use the rest of the paragraph to develop the point. How will you develop your topic sentence? You may either define it or give examples that will clear things out about your topic sentence. All right. So we have an example of an informative writing. In your book on page 80, you will find one passage entitled "Checking In at the Airport." Okay, the passage is aimed at passengers traveling from Schiphol Airport in Amsterdam in the Netherlands. It gives information as to how to check in for the Dutch KLM airline. Now we're gonna read through and look at the comments. Okay, listen to the comments that will explain the key features of this type of writing. In your book, you will find some sentences in blue. Okay, now we have here first the heading, checking in at the airport. The heading is clear and it explains concisely, of course, the purpose of the leaflet. Before you is a leaflet about how to check in at the airport. You will see there the different font sizes so that the reader will be able to easily like shift from one. If the reader wants to go directly to how to check in, directly to go to the steps, okay, it's there. The different font sizes will lead the reader to where the reader wants to go, to read what the reader wants to read. Okay, now we have here, you will notice here, in just a couple of easy steps, you can check in yourself and your traveling companions. And as when you check in online, you can choose your favorite seat on board. Now, you will notice that the vocabulary used is direct and straightforward. Not all travelers may speak English very well, but the use of you and your helps to create an informal and friendly tone. Okay? Now we have here also the headings. If you will notice, we have the headings here. Here, the headings, okay? They are used to help take the readers logically through the check-in process step by step. Okay, so we have here on this page you have checking in, and we have this procedure. Step 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now again, we have the simplicity of the process emphasized here. Step 2. Select your seat on the seating map. You can also buy a seat in the economy comfort zone, a seat with extra leg room, or a preferred seat, and so goes the sentences and the next sentence too. Now here I would like to mention that the simplicity of the process is emphasized, and all necessary information is given in a concise and easily understandable manner. Okay, now let's try to go through this. You have this in your book, so you can go through the leaflet. Now the next part of the leaflet says like how to check in for flights to Asia. And you have a map there in the leaflet to with this illustration it would be really easy for the reader to be guided as to where to go. Like here, a diagram is used to reinforce the written information and to help to ensure that passengers know where they should go. They will be guided by the diagram or the map, and it is an overview of Amsterdam Airport Schiphol's departure terminals, right? Now we have here, you'll find it down here. You can also check in at the check-in desk for flights departing the same day. The information is completed with details of how to check in for passengers, not wanting to use the automatic machines. So here, as we go guided by this leaflet, okay, we'll find it on the next page. This leaflet is from www.klm.com. And we have to cite. We do our citations always when we do our writing. And if you're given the laptop in your writing questions or exams, then it's fine, you can cite if it's stated. But if there's no need for you to take down citations or where you took some information when you write, then it's okay. Just quote the sources, okay, of the information that you have gathered. But for some other type of writing or piece of writing, there's no need to do citations. All right. So now, here we have an exercise to do. Read the information on passages 80 to 81, which is checking in at the airport, about how to check in at Schiphol Airport, and then attempt the following tasks. So now we will go to what you are supposed to do. Your grandparents are planning to fly from Schiphol to visit friends living in Japan. They are not very experienced in traveling by plane and have asked you, as someone who flies frequently, for advice on how they should check in. They have a computer at home, but all you have to do is to write a letter to your grandparents in which you inform them about the check-in procedure. Your letter should be about 150 words long. You see, when you see figures like this, do not be scared. When you say 150 words, it's like considering an average of 10 words in a sentence. And if you have 10 words in a sentence, on the average, you can write about the beginning, the middle, and the last part of what you are supposed to write. So we're going to have practically 4 sentences in the beginning of your letter, or 3 sentences. And then we have, for example, 7 sentences for the body or the middle paragraph. So that's a total of 3 plus 7 is 10. And for conclusion, or the last part of your piece of writing, or in this case the letter, you may have like 5 sentences, practically a total of 15 sentences with an average of 10 words per sentence. So now let's go here. Your letter is, as it states here, should be about 150 words long. You should use the information in the leaflet, okay? But use your own words. And do not copy from it, word for word, You can extract the idea, okay? But not like copy-paste. Remember to write on a tone appropriate to a letter to close relatives. You do not need to give your address. So this is our task today. We are supposed to do this after we're done with this. When you take a break from this video presentation, you'll have to prepare a letter, and you can go over this presentation so that you will be revised as to how to do and go about with this task. Okay, so thank you for your time and being patient with me as I do the explanation. For any question, you might go to the WhatsApp and ask my WhatsApp account and send a message if there's any difficulty. Okay, and you will find help also from our Discord meetup. That would be all for now, and happy virtual learning. Be safe and take care. Okay, bye.